For someone to wake up and bring a bill to stop cattle movement is unacceptable. Jamilu Charamchi is speaking here. He is the national coordinator of the Coalition of Northern Group, CNG. Mr. Jamilu Charamchi had aired his opinions concerning the recent request of some lawmakers to stop open grazing in the country. Recently, some lawmakers in the House of Assembly suggested that open grazing should be stopped while new methods like ranching be adopted by the herders to cater for their cattle or farm animals. So in the past, these open grazing issues has created a lot of conflicts between the farmers and the herders, which is one thing the lawmakers are looking to stop. So Mr. Jamilu Karamchi was totally against the move to stop open grazing conducted by herders in the country. He claimed that enforcing this law would be denying the herders their fundamental human right of carrying out their businesses across different parts of Nigeria. He asked a very important question about who will fund the construction of these ranches that will be used by the herders if the bill stop open grazing if the bill to stop open grazing is implemented. The thing is, every state government will take responsibility. And meanwhile, cattle rearing is a personal business. So you go and buy land and ranch your cattle. That is the way. Must government build ranch for you? Why? Is government building market for spare part sellers? Is government building warehouses for importers and exporters? So it is a private business and they should go and build their own ranches. That is it. So in a recent interview with Arise News Television, he said the ranching is not the problem, but for someone just to wake up and decide to bring a bill in the House in order to stop movement of cattle from one place to another or from one state to another, that is ridiculous and unacceptable. In fact, it is an abuse to the sensitivity of all northern Nigerian people. I think, what is his name? Akpabio, the Senate president, has told you people, look, you cannot move your cattle. We are not talking about, when we talk about freedom of movement, we're talking about Nigerians. Cows are not Nigerians, and so we cannot implement freedom of movement for them. That is it. So if the upper legislature and the lower legislative houses can take the same unanimous decision, then so be it. End cattle open grazing in Nigeria, because it is a menace to Nigeria. Anybody that rears cattle should go and develop ranch for himself. And that is how it's supposed to be. And so he said, let's talk about ranching first before we talk about open grazing. What do you have on ground for these herders? Do you have the settlements, the crops, or the grasses, even the places to put in place for the ranching? These are questions that needs to be asked. So who is going to develop their business for them? Is it not a private business? It is a private business. Now people are already reacting. Somebody said, you are evil for not accepting the bill. You can go and hug transformers. And another person is saying the bill will not succeed. Okay, let's see now if the bill will not succeed. I think that this is a very terrible situation where Northerners claim the right over all the lands in Nigeria, saying the land belongs to them. Nothing will happen. They own the land and the cattle can go anywhere. You want freedom of movement for cattle. I don't understand. I'm telling you. I don't understand. This is a very bad one. And some group of women here, Igbo Women Assembly, they said, you cannot use your cow to destroy my crops and later sell it to me. It doesn't make sense. That is it. Igbo Women Assembly, they are speaking here. And that is how it's supposed to be. You cannot use your cow to raid my farm, kill my crop, and then later come and sell the cattle for me to buy as meat. That is crazy. The Igbo Women Assembly has issued a passionate plea to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to address the growing insecurity and economic hardship in the Southeast region. Now, during a recent press conference, the IWA National President Lolo Nneka Chimezie urged the president to disarm violent herdsmen terrorizing agrarian communities and dismantle military checkpoints stifling the region's economy. So according to the report by Vanguard, the women lamented that farmers are now too afraid to tend to their farms due to relentless attacks by herders, leading to food scarcity and economic hardship. They appealed to Southeast governors to enact and enforce anti-grazing laws, urging herders to buy land for ranches instead of destroying crops and inflicting sorrow on communities. The group said Igbo people are all over the country doing their businesses. We buy our shops and build them. The same way cattle rearing is a big business, herdsmen should be able to buy land for ranches and stop using their cows to inflict sorrows and economic pains on us. That is good. That is good. You cannot use your cow to destroy my crop and later sell it to me. It doesn't make sense. So the Igbo Women Assembly also described the militarization of the Southeast, decried the militarization of Southeast, calling for the removal of military checkpoints and the redeployment of soldiers to their barracks. They alleged that youths are being humiliated and molested at these checkpoints, driving them away from the region. And that is bad. That is bad. This country, I don't know what is going to reform this country. Things are just terrible in the presence of all these people. Yeah? This is very bad. This is very bad. Now, somebody saying since the inception of APC and Buhari in office in 2015, cattle rearers and soldiers became regular scene in Igbo land without regard to the rights of Igbos. They destroy crops and get protection from the military because the cattle rearers are Fulanis. Now, giving them lands to rear their cattle is unjustified because no one tribe is given such privilege that would warrant the gift of lands. Again, buying land for ranches would result to Fulanization of the entire nation. Rather, they would go to their states of origin to do their businesses. So you can, that's what somebody is saying. And another Northerner is replying here, you cannot forcefully feed your cows and later sell it to me. That is it. The soldiers are doing business with this checkpoint. It should be dismantled and let them use intelligence and position in strategic places. Exactly. Noted, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria will answer your request tomorrow. Okay. Oh. It is true that we have leaders, but it is very painful that we don't know about, they don't know about us. The Nigerian government does not come about her citizens, does not care about her citizens. If not, how can a set of people in the name of herdsmen be troubling the whole nation and are being treated like golden children? Yet, cow rearing is personal business and not government business. Please help me to tell Tinubu that ranching is the wise man's decision to settle farmers' problem. These herders contribute 70% of Nigeria's economic hardship. Exactly. So generally, the cattle herders should stop. In fact, they shouldn't be open grazing. They should be on their own. That is it. They should be on their own. You cannot use my crop to feed your cattle and then come sell it to me as meat. And this other man, the not now that is saying that somebody cannot just wake up and post a bill to stop open grazing. That is not acceptable. What is acceptable? Go and do ranch. It's a personal business. That is it. So thank you for listening, and let's have a comment on this open grazing saga.